Belated Happy New Year's, guys. Blade Master here, and this is a pretty cool video, pretty special video that I'm going to bring you late into the night. So sorry if my voice sounds sleepy. I just got back from Oman. I've got work tomorrow, but YOLO. Anyways, I made a bunch of changes to the Blade Balance mod. I think all of them are going to be really, really good and pretty significant, and will help the mod a whole lot in terms of fun and use of different units. It's not completely done, but I want to give you guys a short preview and also ask for help among those of you who are a bit more experienced in modding than me. Let me first tell you guys about what I need help in. I want to change archers. So it's going to be, some of you might think it's pretty easy. I just don't know how to do it. What I want to do is increase the morale penalty of flaming shot and remove all the range penalties of whistling and flaming shot. So they should have the same range as regular shot for each archer, and the flaming shot should carry with it a higher morale penalty. Is what I want to do. So if you guys know how to do that, please comment. Put a comment in the to the video. Now, let's go over the changes. First, I'm going to go over Iceni. Iceni is probably one of those factions that everyone was complaining about. I did buff the chariots' mass by 20%, but seemingly didn't really matter. It makes sense. I mean, even if their mass has been buffed, they still die very, very quickly to enemy javelins. So in that sense, they're still not exactly too worth it, I guess. The biggest change now, as you can see, Iceni have got a javelin cavalry. The Britain Scout Riders are now a javelin cavalry unit, and they're a pretty special javelin cavalry unit. The 7 shots per minute is slightly lower than most javelin cavalry. Most other javelin have a slightly higher 7 shots per minute. But they carry with them the original or their regular anti-cavalry spear, which gives them a 10 bonus versus large. They have the same as the veteran riders, I believe. Let's see, 20 and 7, and this is as well 20 and 7 most likely. Yep. So they carry with them a 10 bonus versus large spear. They have with them 7 volleys of ammunition, but they also have frenzy charge, which will improve their base morale of 35 because it'll make them unbreakable. But they have very low armor. They have very low health. It's the same as the usual, but more than anything, it gives Iceni a huge tactical advantage now. I need to change these guys. They're light missile cap. I don't want to make them very light. They are not going to be the quickest unit in the game. They're not going to be very light, so they are going to be a bit more. They could get caught by enemy cavalry, but as a support cavalry unit, they can be incredibly deadly, I think. So yeah, that's the biggest change for Iceni now, and that should really improve Iceni in terms of how they're positioned in the faction rankings. Go check out Blade Balance Buddies. I've made a bunch of new discussion threads just to promote some discussion, get you guys talking about the mod and the factions in the mod. One of them is the top factions in Blade Balance. I'll include a link to that in the description of the video. Celtic Warhounds have also been their price has been reduced, so you can tend to bring dogs more often. Next big faction that's been changed is Suebi. Suebi has got a buffed round shield swordsman in the sense that they now have guerrilla deployment, because before I was seeing no one would really bring round shield swordsman over Bloodstone. Round shield swordsmen now they have guerrilla deployment. They're also slightly heavier. They're medium. They always were, but they're medium infantry, so they are not as vulnerable to a cavalry charge as Bloodstone. Add to that they'll most likely be put into the forest, and they have a decent charge bonus and stuff. They can be a pretty useful unit that way. Hex Bearers are another unit that's gotten changed. Screech, or whatever it's called, Curse. Maybe I've changed the wrong one. I probably need to go back and look at this. Anyway, there's an ability called Screech, which I thought these guys had, or these girls had, and I reduced the reload rate of that from 210 seconds to 150 seconds. So that's a pretty big change. And if I need to change Curse is reload rate as well, I'll change it to the exact same. So it'll allow you to use Curse, which gives an extra -5 morale to a bunch of enemies in the area, and you'll be able to use that more than once, hopefully, in a game. Besides that, this brings me to the third big change in Blade Balance. A lot of javelin units I've seen haven't been used. A lot of the the more expensive skirmisher peltist units and javelin units, So here, horse runners try and see, is there any change? No, no, no. Bam, frenzy. I've distributed these sort of abilities pretty evenly among all, and a lot of the other javelin units have different ones, but frenzy for the horse runners improves their 22 charge bonus, probably brings it to a pretty nice 38 or like 40 or something like that. So they could be very, very useful. They probably are incredibly non-resistant to missiles, so you can probably kill them off very quickly. But yeah, I really want to see. This is in beta, of course. So if you guys take a look at Swaby, take a look at horse runners. I haven't really tested it out. I want you guys to test it out and let me know what you think. Of course, there are massive they're not massive. There are threads that I want to make massive for each faction, which are there in the Blade Balance Buddies group. So go ahead, click that, and then type your comments there. Frenzy for horse runners. That's it for Swaby. Let's take a look at all the others. So, Lusitani is another one that's gotten changed. Lusitani guerrillas now have cavalry counter tactics, because I was seeing no one really brought them. And besides that, some planned changes include the women units, like Lusitani swordswomen, and all the other women units. They all have very low health, so I'm going to buff their health. That's another thing. Let's go back to the other peltists and the change to peltists. Picked peltists here, they have hollow square. That's an ability that wasn't really seen. I might just change this to square. I couldn't find square in the as an ability, but I want these guys to have square, like the regular Thureya spears and stuff. So they'll be like a Thureya spear, but they'll have insane shots per minute. They have the advantage of bracing. And even after you use all of their ammunition, they can pop square, improve their morale, make them completely resistant to morale penalties from getting rear charged and stuff, and improves their bracing. So they could be very deadly that way. Very tanky unit with their 33 melee attack and 36 weapon damage could help them out a fair bit. Odrysian Kingdom, the Thracian Peltists also have frenzy, keeping it kind of like all the aggressive factions have aggressive type of Peltist units. These guys now also have frenzy, which will improve their charge bonus from 12 to a good like 20, 30. Of course, frenzy is a really good ability, especially after you use quick reload. These guys will be fatigued, and once they're exhausted, you can still use frenzy, which will kind of offset their lower melee stats that way. Then we move on to Carthage and we go to the Libyan Peltists. Libyan Peltists are sort of, on the cheaper end. So they get Shield Wall, and they're also part of a much stronger faction. So they have Shield Wall, which is again good. The Pontic Peltists, where is Pontus? Pontus. There we go, Pontus. Pontic Peltists they cost 450. They have shield screen, which gives them higher melee defense, higher shield strength. It gives a big boost to their melee defense, which will improve their staying power in melee. What's the other? There was Chimeria, Colchis. Let's see over here. This is another cool little unit. A unit that's increasing exponentially in coolness every time I make a change to it. Agrianian Axemen also have frenzy. Now imagine their charge bonus 27 with that high armor penetrating damage of the axes. They could be a truly fearsome unit if you guys choose to use them well. Again, subject to change. If you guys think that it's a bit too much, a bit heavy-handed, let me know. Gedai over here. Gedai Dacian Heavy Skirmishers have shield screen, because they're part of a and you'll notice that the mercenary Thracian Peltists don't have it. I purposely did that. I want to give the Thracian Peltists of the Odrysian Kingdom their unique flavor. The Dacian Heavy Skirmishers have shield screen, improving their melee defense of 30. It'll probably go up to like 40 or 50 maybe, which will improve their staying power a whole lot. So yeah, that's it for the changes for now. I believe maybe I've missed out on one or two changes. I don't think I have. But yeah, that's it for the changes for now. The other massive change that I really want to make is changing the archers' flaming shot and whistling shot, which will immediately improve archers and give them a very unique, cool role in the battlefield. And besides that, I don't think I have any more changes planned for Blade Balance. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys this quick little update. Hope you guys are as psyched as I am for the for these changes. Please try them out and let me know what you think in the Blade Balance Buddies group. And until next time, guys, peace.